Hi, guys. This is episode number 5. Oh my god, we are already halfway through this season of The Secret Diary of a Nail Tech. So, today we are going to talk about a topic that came up in a conversation with one of my students, kids in the nail salon. And that's a very interesting topic. I actually didn't even, put a script together because there is a way how I work with my clients who have kids and when they need to bring their kids to their nail appointments, and I'm pretty sure that I do things differently. So I'm just going to share what I think and how I work with my clients. Obviously, it is going to be different if you are working in a big busy nail salon where like multiple nail technicians working at the same time with like on multiple desks and with multiple clients. But when it comes to like self-employed nail techs who are working from home or working from a salon like myself, we can be a little bit more flexible with our clients, and I'm just going to go through how I work when there are kids in the salon, because yes, I do allow kids to come to the nail appointment with their mom, because being a mom is difficult enough. So in my opinion, I am not trying to make it more difficult for my clients. Now, I'm not a mom. I love kids. I am Mary fucking Poppins. I am Auntie Dorina or Auntie Dodo. I have ice cream for breakfast when my friends' kids are staying over. So I am really cool with kids. But obviously, we have to have rules in the nail salon when there are kids around. So I'm going to go through the timeline, like how kids different age can enter this kingdom. So let's start when we have pregnant clients, and obviously, like when we have like a woman who is not pregnant, not with kids, like please don't touch things. No, you can't go to the ladies' room right now because like your nails has to be dry, or like we have a little bit more strict-ish rules. But when it comes to a woman who is pregnant and they are a little bit late, or they have to stand up multiple times because they have to go to use the ladies because the baby in their belly decided to treat their bladder as a football, there is nothing they can do about it, and we have to be flexible. And then, like when they are really, really big, I had a client, my best friend, but I treat every single pregnant lady when they come to me the same way as I would treat my best friend. She wasn't able to, like sit straight. So I was just booking myself, like a little bit of extra time. And then we just did one hand. So she was able to sit sideways. And then we did the other hand. So she was able to sit sideways to my table. These are the things that I know that some people might think that, like it is going to be like more time, should you charge more? No, as I always say, look at the big picture. She is not going to be pregnant forever, and probably this setting when you need maybe an extra half an hour is probably going to happen at the very end of the pregnancy, maybe twice. So I just accommodate them when they return after they give birth, and then like they kind of getting back to their life, and like trying to set into this new routine that they have with a newborn baby, with a complete new life. Sometimes they need to bring their newborn, and then instead of the hour and a half, 2 hours, I book them in for 2.5, 3 hours. And no, I don't charge extra for them, because this, again, the big picture, we are a team, we help each other, and they already give up so many things. And sometimes when they have to bring their baby to their appointments, the last thing, like they don't want to give up, and it's really good for them, to their soul, that like finally they leave the house and they can treat themselves, because it can be really hard for them. So I'm trying to be accommodating, like to have the time to allow them to feed their baby if it needs to be done, or have a nappy changed, or I can change the nappy. That's not a problem. Because again, we are a team. We have been together in so much. We are, like at that stage, we are more than just client and nail technician. We are becoming friends with our clients, especially if they are coming to us for years and years and years. The one thing with babies and newborns, they cannot be in their mommy's hand while we are doing their nails, because there is lots of dust, there is lots of chemicals. They don't need to breathe that in. And the same with a toddler. When we get into a toddler stage, and like they are either sitting in their boogie, or if they can already walk around, it's fine. But they cannot sit with their mom. They cannot sit in their lap, on their lap, because again, the dust and the chemicals, and like their head is just at the same level as the UV lamp. They don't have to like look into the UV lamp straight away. No. That's a big no. And usually, like after the age of 1, like 1.5, 2, they understand yes and no. And it really depends on, like the mom, like if they can parent and control their kids in a way that, like they're going to listen to their mom. And if that's the case, then we are not going to have any problems. If they don't, usually I come in and I will say like, no, something that it's not allowed, because usually they don't know me, so they don't know the consequences. Sometimes they know that, like, mommy can be tricked, like I will just smile nicely and like the no is going to become a yes. But with me, because I'm a stranger, they usually don't know, so sometimes it works better if I say no. Obviously, I let the mom say, like the first maybe 5 times. But also, I love to give the opportunity for the kids to experience things. So the one thing that I don't allow is to touch anything on my desk, because there are sharp things, there are, like sensitive things, and there are chemicals. So that's a big no. Anywhere else, I let the kids go, and I let them touch things, because let's be honest, if a kid breaks a candle holder or a vase, it's not the end of the world. In my opinion, if we always say to moms that no, you can't bring your kid, no, you can't bring your kid, you can't bring your kid to the hairdresser, you can't bring your kid to the nail appointment, you can't bring your kid to here, to there, how the kid is supposed to learn how to behave in this environment? We have to give them the opportunity. We have to give them, nothing happens if a glass of milk or a bottle of water spills on the floor. Nothing happens. We can wipe it up. We can clean it up. Nothing happens if a candle holder breaks. Because this is how they learn. This is how they learn, like to be in society and be in places with their mom. So they can learn how to behave, and then they will be able to go with their moms everywhere. Oh my God, I had to come back. I'm just editing the video and I forgot. No, I just realized that I forgot to have the best recommendation for you if your client is coming with a child. Thank me later. So you have a phone, or you have a laptop, or you have a TV in your salon, and that is going to create the best solution, because we have Miss Rachel, we have Bluey, and we have Blippy, and when these are on, there is no drama. The kids are watching, the kids are listening, your brain cells are dying, but it's all worth it. So if you have a laptop, if you have a TV, or if you just have a phone, just put them on and enjoy. And you thank me later. Obviously, like when the kids are older, like we have, like the opportunity to have a conversation with them. So age 4, 5, 6, they are cool. Like you can actually talk to them. And like we had this conversation with a little girl. I was really surprised because she was sitting next to her mom when she was allowed, and I told her at the beginning that, okay, so you can't touch anything on my desk without asking me. because there are things that you can't touch, and I will let you know that you can't touch them, because some things can cut your fingers, and some stuff is just, like chemicals, and they are not good for babies, and they are, like grown up stuff, and then you can't touch them. But there are things, if you are interested, if you want to take a look, just ask me, what do you want to, like touch, what do you want to take into your hand, and I will let you know if you can touch it or you can't. And, like we were talking and chatting and, like about life with a 6-year-old. And she was touching one of my brush. And, like I just reminded her, like, did you ask me if you can touch it? And she was like, oh, can I look at this? And I was like, yes, of course you can. It was a brush, so nothing happens if she touches a brush. Her mom was asking her, are you scared of Dorina? And the little girl was looking at her mom like, no, because she doesn't need to be scared. I didn't threaten her. I just asked her to ask me what she can and can't touch. And she forgot it. I just reminded her. And that little girl loves coming to the salon because she knows that, like I communicate with her like, not like an adult, but as an equal partner in the conversation, obviously on her level. And I could tell you like so many other things, that how amazing it can be when kids are coming to the nail appointment. But it really comes down to the relationship with the mom and the kid. Because obviously there are kids who, and I'm sorry, but who just don't give a shit what their mom is telling them, because they have never had consequences if they misbehaved. And that is something that we have to deal with as nail technicians. And this is what I would recommend to, like to take into consideration, like when you want to bring your child, or when, if you're a nail tech, if someone wants to bring their child, that can be tricky if they don't listen to their parents. I figured it that even if they don't listen to their parents, they listen to me because they don't know me. So they don't know yet that there are not going to be consequences. And, like sometimes, like if I give them an ultimatum that, like I offer them cookie or a chocolate or a candy at the end of the treatment if they behave. And, like we had sometimes when, like I had to tell the baby that, like, I'm not going to give you the cookie I promised if you're not going to sit down and, like be nice and be quiet, or, like don't come and don't climb on mom's lap when I'm doing her nails. And I actually kept my promise. There were consequences, and I didn't give the cookie. And yes, they were tears, but, my word is, my word is my word. If I say that you don't get cookie if you are not going to behave, then I'm not going to give the cookie, and I don't care how much tears I get. And miraculously, we never had a problem with this baby anymore, because all I have to say once, like, if you want a cookie, you know what you have to do. And I never have to repeat myself again, ever since. Once I had to refuse to give the cookie, and I never had to repeat myself again. So I know that it can be tricky, but if you have the chance to allow your clients, these young moms, to, like moms with small babies, to come and have their well-deserved treatments done, try to make it work. Like, moms are working so hard, and, they have to take care of the babies and the family and the house and everything. They deserve to have the time and have the opportunity to take care of themselves. So if we have to spend a little bit more time, if we have to be a little bit more flexible, let us be, because moms are awesome and they absolutely deserve it. And yes, I will see you next week.